King Gio. God bless each and every one of you. I want to talk to you about a little bit about recovery of alcohol or drugs. Addiction, it's a hard thing to get rid of. It's hard, but it can be done. One of the first steps that you have to do is admit to yourself that you have a problem and that you want to stop. You know, everybody's talking about in this presidential campaign about border control, about illegal aliens, and all that kind of stuff, but the war on drugs. But no one's talking about how are we going to help our addicts? How are we going to help these people who are addicted? Have you seen how Quebec, Canada is? It's horrible. They decided to legalize all types of drugs, and it's out of control. It's out of control. Whoever did, Trudeau did horrible doing that. It was a good idea, but the implementation that did it is horrible. You go to Kingston, Pennsylvania, and you see addicts in the streets, and the mayor or the governor of Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania don't do anything with these people because they don't care. They don't care, and they should care because these are human beings. All right, these are human beings. Instead of thinking about the war on drugs, we should think about how are we going to get our people clean. It's not easy. I started drinking when I was 15 years old, 16, little by little. Then when I turned 21 years old, I started hitting the bottle every day. I used to drink 15 to 20 beers a day. And then when I moved to Puerto Rico in 2001, I started drinking small pints of Bacardi straight, never with water. And then that wasn't enough. Then I started buying the big pint, which was $9. That's a pint. I used to drink maybe pint and 1/4 a day. A day. I got 2 seizures, one September 11th, 2001, and one August 4th, 2003. Doctor said, Gio, if you get one more seizure, you could die. You know, and I just didn't think about it. I just didn't care. You know, I thought, I knew I was an alcoholic. I knew I was an addict. But to me, that's the only way that I was able to function. My parents told me, Gio, go to rehab. I did, but that didn't work for me because I didn't want it. Rehab does work. But you're gonna have to want it. You're gonna have to put part of you was gonna have to say, I want this. You know, some people need more rehab than others, and I encourage that you do. If you have a long history of addiction, I suggest the longer that you stay at rehab, the better off you are because you get to learn the tools of the triggers, how to control your triggers, how to take away from your mind. Because a lot of people tell you, doctors tell you, okay, it's okay to relapse. No, it's not okay to relapse. Take that mindset out of your brain. You don't need to relapse. You don't need to take methadone in order for you to function. You could do without methadone. Over reduce your medication, be able to reduce it, but you're on it for life. You don't want to substitute one drug for another. And one day, you know, I was asking my father, you know, how did he stop drinking? Because my father was an alcoholic for 25 some odd years, and he drank a lot, from morning to night. And he said, he asked me, why you gonna stop? And I said, I'm thinking about it. He said, well, I can tell you, do it one day at a time. And that's what I did. I did it one day at a time. I was afraid because I attempted it before, and every time that I'd done it, the 4 times, on the 10th month, I have failed for whatever reason. And I told my wife, babe, look, I'm scared. I'm doing it, but on the 10th month, I'm scared. I was petrified when the 10th month came. But then I stopped. The 10th month came. I did every day I woke up, I prayed to God, and I said, today I'm not drinking. And then I said, I don't know about tomorrow, but today I'm not drinking. And that's what I did. 10th month passed by, 11th month came, I said, I'm not drinking anymore. And that was in 2013, and I haven't drank ever since. And I've had a lot of personal problems. My brother passed away, my mother-in-law passed away. And when my brother passed away, my brother passed away 2 years ago. When they told me that he died of an overdose, I was in shock. I was at work. I was a manager of a restaurant, and I was going to drop everything and just go in for that liquor. I'm not lying to you. The liquor thought came to my mind. But as quickly as that liquor thought came to my mind, I said, nah, I'm gonna waste all this time 10 years that I have, or 9 years that I have of sobriety, to lose it for something that I didn't even do. I didn't tell my brother to do drugs, as bad as I felt. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't tell him to take drugs. That was on him. My condolences. My heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to my parents. Nothing I could do. So, but it did cross my mind. You know, and those are the kind of things that when you're an addict and you're trying to recover, those are the things that you have to learn how to control. Because doctors tell you it's okay to relapse, and when you do that to an alcoholic, relapse is okay, and they'll think in their mind relapse is okay when it's not. You gotta take that out of your mind. You gotta say to yourself, I'm gonna stop drinking or using because of me. Don't do it because of anybody else, but do it because of you. Because I've learned through life that if you do it for somebody else and you fail, you feel like you fail that person, and then you say, I'm no good. No, do it for me. King Gio, want to stop, or I, whatever, want to stop. And if you want to use a higher power with God or whoever it is, then use that. But you got to do it on a consistent basis and do it day by day. And just don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own problem. Worry about today when you wake up this morning. When you wake up in the morning and you say, today I'm not going to drink. And then you go on with life. And no matter what life throws at you, your girlfriend breaks up with you, you lose your job, don't go to the bottle, or don't go shoot up, and don't go smoke. Just say, you know what? That's part of life. Better things will happen. A better girl is going to come along. A better job is going to come along. A better car is going to come along. It's just a matter of time. Don't give in to that temptation, because that's all we do is that when we get upset, we drink, use. When something doesn't go our way, we drink, we use. And that's the mentality that we have to turn around. We got to turn that around. We have to rewire your brain all over again to the way it was when you didn't drink, when you didn't use. We weren't born drinkers. We weren't born alcoholics. We weren't born drug users. And that's the way that you want to go back. And a good, healthy support system is always good. You know, always learn to stay away from people, places, and things, because that is true. Those people who are addicts, you know, misery loves company. So if they can try to manipulate you to give them a couple of dollars for them to drink or for them to use, they're gonna do it. And if you give it to that temptation, you're gonna fall for it. So you gotta stay away from that. I go to bars. I don't drink. I don't get no temptation drinking. When I go to Puerto Rico, I go with my family. We play pool. We eat in restaurants. They drink. I don't drink. I bartend sometimes. It does not bother me. The smell of alcohol bothers me because I'm like, ugh. I used to drink this, but it does not bother me, because right here I'm at peace with myself. That I already drank and I did what I was going to do, and I had my fun. With no regrets, of course. Liver good, kidneys are good, with no regrets. Because I had my kids, I had my 2 daughters, I found my wife, but I have no regrets. But I don't want to go back to that life. And I don't want to lose everything that I got at my house, my car, just for a sensation. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I miss it? A little bit. I miss the taste of it. If I could drink, I would. Don't get me wrong, I would. But I know that one drink will lead to another drink, So instead of having that sensation, one drink after another drink, so I just don't drink at all. Like I said, I did what I wanted to do. So if you truly, truly want to stop drinking or drugging, the best thing I can tell you is take it day by day. Go into a rehab. Listen to other people's story. Take something out of that. Do it for you. The support system of your wife and your kids is great, but do it for you. And you'll see the people say, you know, I'm proud of you. And you'll feel proud of yourself. Hey, and don't get me wrong. And if you do relapse, hey, forget about it. Don't worry about it. You pick yourself back up and go back at it again. But don't relapse because I lost my job or I don't feel good. Don't do that, because that's what our brains is accustomed to do. Don't do that. You have too much. A day sober is a great day. 2 days sober is even greater. And you built on that, and that's what you want to build on. That's what you want to build on. You know, stay strong. Don't give in to the temptations that anyone wants to give you. Don't do that. Is it hard? Yes, but it can be done. And I know you can do it. Don't give in to any temptation at all. at all. If you need to go to a program, go to a program. If you need to go to rehab and stay a couple of months to maybe a year or so you can get grasp that. Some of us are weak. My brother died of an overdose 2 years ago. But my brother, unfortunately, was weak at 40 years old. He died a month after his 40th birthday and of an overdose. So we need to rewire our mind and say, I don't need to drink anymore. I don't need to do drugs anymore. Let me go to rehab. Let me go into this program so I can better myself. So if I better myself, I can be a better father, I can be a better uncle, I can be a better son, I'll be more productive at my job. And all these things that you resell and we steal, whatever it may be, when we do it, you don't do those things anymore because you don't need to. Okay? But the main key here is do it day by day. Forget about tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. And you deal with the today. Get up every morning and say to yourself, today I'm not going to use. Today I'm not going to drink. You do that and you're on the road to success. Because you can't think ahead and you can't think of what happens. Girls break up with you, fine, get another one. The job left you, find another one. Don't let those little things get into your mind. And another thing that I don't like about doctors, when you go to AA and say, hello, my name is Kinji, I'm an addict. No, take that word out of your mouth. The minute that you stop drinking, the minute that you start using, you're no longer an addict. You're a new person. Because God says that when you confess with your tongue and pray and confess with your tongue that God is the king, that God is king, you become a new person. So if you're a new person to God, and He's forgotten your sins, everything that you did is forgotten, thrown into the abyss. You start anew. So that means that when you stop using and when you stop abusing drugs and you start from day one, you are a new person.